Greetings, this is Sean, and today I am going to be doing another little quick tip. I've been noticing that people have been, other videos that I've been watching, they've been trying to suspend things from the ceiling or make them float in the air, and I always see them using wires or this kind of thread here, which is labeled as invisible thread, which is probably really hard to see on the camera. It's just this plastic jewelry thread like this. There, that's a better view. And it's often labeled as being invisible thread, quote unquote invisible thread, and but obviously you can see it. So I wanted to show you a different kind of invisible thread. Now I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble from my magician friends or not, but there's actually another piece of thread that's here on my desk. You can probably barely see it. I don't think you can see it at all because it is what magicians call invisible thread, and it's actually right here. There's a piece of it. I don't think you're going to get to see it on there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put this piece of white paper on the table and show you. This is invisible thread, and it's actually quite strong. It is very difficult to work with, but there are ways that you can tie it off. It's, like I say, it's going to be really, really hard to see. I'm sure I'm going to be zooming in so you can see it a little bit better. But what it is this is a piece of silk thread, and you can generally buy it in rolls that look like this, or bobbins that have multiple strands. And I cut off a piece of it. Where did I put it? I cut off a piece of it, and I actually got it from there. And this is really strong. Like I say, it's made of silk, so it is very, very strong thread. But as you can see, there's multiple strands of thread going through there. And what you do is you take the end of it, and there's one single piece of thread right there. And you just pull that one piece out as long as you need it to be. And now there's about 50 strands of thread right there. But there you can see, or maybe not, a single piece of thread. And then what you can do is you can either glue this, or you can attempt to try and tie it off to whatever object you're wanting to suspend, and it will be an invisible piece of thread. So I'm going to, off camera, try and glue something, or try and attach that piece of thread to something, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have my little Lego Dalek here that I attached, and what I do is I attach this thread. You can see the thread sitting right here. Well, of course, maybe you may not be able to, but anyway, there's the piece of thread is here, and I've taken off his head and just stuck it down into his head, and you can see, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. I can make them float. Now, with a little bit of patience and a little bit of extra work, tying off extra ones to keep him from spinning, but you can see that he does float. And it's very difficult. Let me adjust this camera here. Now I'm going to, for the sake of this camera, we need this up this way. can see he's floating. Granted, it's not straight up and down and it is wobbly. That's because I'm holding it, but if I wasn't holding it, I had something else. But you can't see the thread. So anyway, I just thought I'd share this little idea with you, see what you thought. And for those of you who want to know how magicians float things, there's your answer right there. Yep, I'm giving away a secret, but anybody who wants to could look it up and find out for themselves as well. So, or just go to a magic store. Anyway, that's my idea for invisible thread, and it holds relatively good weight. I had a little 8-ounce weight here that I tried to attach it to, and that was too heavy for it, you know. But a person could have several strands of this because it is, you know, black, and if you have a busy background, you know, like wallpaper or something like that in a house, and you wanted to float a ghost down some stairs or something like that, you know, you could easily attach this to a light, you know, ghost or something like that. Even if it was like a paper tissue ghost or something like that, this would easily be able to float that. So anyway, just a thought. Now, of course, if you're wanting to add lights or something like that to the ghost, that would be a little bit more difficult to do, but you could put a battery and, you know, something like this little light here into the ghost, and it would easily float that as well. As a matter of fact, let me try and attach this light just to see if it could hold the weight. There you can see it's actually able to support the weight of that too. So anyway, that's my idea. I just wanted to share that with you and make this another quick tip. Invisible thread. And like I say, it comes in a spool. This is 50 feet of it, I believe, is on here. And there's, like I say, there's about 30 or 40, 50 strands of that one single strand of the thread that's on him. And I think I paid like $5, $6, maybe as much as $10 nowadays. I don't know. I bought this 10 years ago, 15 years ago when I was into magic. So, and this is actually still the original piece that I started with. Anyway, just thought I'd share that. Anyway, have a better day, as I always say.